Hey devs, let's talk about destructuring operator from JavaScript. We always love to improvise on existing things. Earlier, we used to unpack values from sources like array, object into separate variables one by one. But after ES6 has been introduced, developers' struggle is gone to write such statements. We as developers always try to write less code and get more efficient outcome. I know it's enough of theory, now let's write some code. I opened jsbin.com and I'm just pasting some code and let's see the output. Okay, alright, so in order to explain this, generally if we want to extract the 10 and 20 values into separate variables, we should be declaring a and b and then assigning a is equal to array of that particular index and b is equal to array of that particular index. But after the introduction of destructuring operator, it's very easy to extract the values into the variables like this. So for the array destructuring, we need to use square brackets and then the variables I declared outside a comma b, which is equal to the values from the array, and then separately I can print it to console to show you that we have a lot of values but would like to extract most of the values into some of the variables or particular variable and few values into particular variables. Then this is the case. A comma b, first two values of the array will be sent into a and b, and then rest of the values will be unpacked into rest variable, and which I have declared all of that here. And you may be asking, can't I declare the variables directly before this? Yes, obviously you can declare that like this. Let's move to another example. What if I want to extract to some variables at the same time I would like to have some default values? Here we go, like I have declared a comma b and then a is assigned with 5 and b is assigned with 7, and which is equal to an array with a single value 1 inside it. Basically what would be the a value? So in this case a will be mapped with 1, and if we have another value here then b will be mapped with 6. But what if I have only a single value? A will be mapped with 1 and b is remaining to have 7. 7 is the default value here. Clear it and just here we go. Let's discuss the last part of the destructuring operator. We have seen how destructuring operator will work on arrays, and now let's see how destructuring operator works on objects. So this is a simple object. I have declared it with curly braces, and this is one of the way to declare objects in JavaScript, and which is very familiar and most of the time we use this. So if you see here, so I have id and name for the object, and my object is having some default values. How can you destructure an object? So in case of object, we destructure the values using curly braces, as we use the curly braces to create an object. So I have extracted id and name separately from the object, and let me clear it and then just see the output. Okay, let me write a console statement. Console. Yeah. Here we go. That's all guys for today. Let's have a very interesting conversation in the next tutorial.